share, recipe share. Share a little recipe with Recipe Share. Recipe Share, Recipe Share. Share a little recipe with Recipe Share.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Recipe Share, a program on AADL TV where we take a few minutes to talk about recipes in a featured category. Today's category is energy boosters. I'm Katie, and as usual, I'm joined today by Beth and Elizabeth to tell us about their recipes. So Beth, tell us what you chose today.
Okay, today I chose something that is called pistachio stuffed dates with coconut. Now, this is something I've made for a few years back. We were doing sort of a healthy cleanse diet, so this was our healthy snack, and I've made them a few times, and then as it turned out, I Googled the recipe just to see, like, give credit to whoever it was. It was Martha Stewart. But I made it so much easier when I decided to, rather than stuff them as in the dates, just process it all together and make balls out of it. So that's what I've done. And you know what? I was so energized by the concept of these today that I whipped up a batch in 5 minutes. And just to make sure that I was right, and yes, they're super simple, and I will be able to share some with you today. And I'll dress in a hazmat suit. And anyway, so yeah, it's just like the recipe called for 16 dates. So, a handful of dates. I processed those first, and then I threw in a half a cup of pistachios. Now the pistachio you're supposed to process for 5 minutes. So process all that. I added the coconut after it was toasted. I mean, like toward the end of the 5 minutes, and took it out. And then they're a little crumbly, but you can just fashion them into a ball, and boom, they're really good and healthy. Oh, and did I say you add a little salt too?
Oh.
So, yeah. So it's a sweet, salty snack.
Mm-hmm. And is it flaked coconut, Beth?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. Super
Great.
simple, guys. I mean, not only did I make it in a few minutes, I didn't even have my kitchen lights on. It was 7:30, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoy them.
I remember when you first made these, when you made them like the original way, when you stuffed the pistachios in the dates, and I remember you shared them with me, and they were delicious, and I haven't had anything like that since then, and so I'm excited to try the new iteration in the balls. So very cool.
Okay. Thank you.
I love dates. I think they're so yummy. So.
Oh, you'll really like this a lot. So Elizabeth, what did you make for us this week?
Sure. So I last week got in a cookbook on hold I'd been waiting for a while. Modern Comfort Food by the Barefoot Contessa herself. I paged through it and was interested in her ultimate tuna melts. I know Beth has done something in the past involving, I can't remember if it was like the tuna and chips, or if you've actually done a tuna melt, but anyway.
Chips. Yeah.
So I was intrigued by this because it seemed like a really great way to get some protein and calories without taking a lot of time. And I've gotten really into simple dinners over the holiday season as we've been busier. But as I said, I've mentioned this before, my fiance and I are runners, and we eat a lot. So it does not, like, my mom's always like, have a light dinner, like some carrots and cottage cheese. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I would have to eat like a whole pound of cottage cheese to be full. Anyway, so I was intrigued by these ultimate tuna melts because they seemed simple, but like they would kind of like pack in some filling food. And indeed, that is what happened. So basically what you do is you quickly chop up some celery and scallions, and then put that in a bowl with a couple cans of tuna. They suggest olive oil packed, so I did get that for this recipe, but I think it would be fine to use regular. Then you add in the mayonnaise and a squeeze of lemon juice and some fresh dill if you have it, although dried dill would work too. I did use fresh. Then you toast some bread of your choice and then pile the tuna salad on top of it, put a piece of Swiss cheese on, and put it in the broiler for about 2 minutes to make it really nice and melty and crispy. And then she suggested topping it with microgreens. I went to Kroger, they did not have microgreens, so I just added some more fresh dill on top, which looked really nice. And I do have a picture here to share. The whole thing took about 7 minutes total. And it was really good, really filling, kind of a classic tuna melt, but I do feel like the fresh herbs, the dill, and then the brightness of the lemon juice. And I really like the scallions in it. I haven't historically added scallions to tuna salad, so that was nice. And it was great. Like I made 6 slices of bread with the tuna and the cheese, and like I had a couple, my fiance had a couple, awesome dinner. And we had a little bit of tuna salad left over, which I took for lunch the next day. And I thought it was great and filling. And, you know, we hit all the big food groups with the carbs and the bread and the protein. And yeah, I would absolutely make it again. And I think some arugula on top would be really nice if you had that. If I happened to be at Arbor Farms or something, I would look for microgreens because I do like how those taste, but even with just the dill, it was great. So simple and good.
Man, I'm sitting here wondering why I've never added dill to my tuna salad before. So I'm definitely going to try that. And I love how easy it sounds to make. That's perfect for this time of year. Definitely going to do it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's super, just makes it real easy. We were just talking about having tuna noodle casserole too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, very good. Tuna is such a handy little thing to have, you know, for a quick and energetic meal.
And it's easy to spice it up with the, you know, fresh stuff too. So, yep, it was good. Katie, over to you.
All right. So the recipe that I'm sharing today comes from this book, Bobby Flay Fit, 200 Recipes for a Healthy Lifestyle. I've loved Bobby Flay since I was in college watching Iron Chef. So I was super excited to get this new cookbook by him, newer, I guess, and look through it. And the recipe that I found was vanilla bean espresso granola. So it's just granola. There's not a whole lot to look at, but when I read the ingredients, I knew right away that I wanted to make this. It's got canola oil, instant espresso powder, hot coffee, light brown sugar, ground cinnamon, vanilla bean seeds, vanilla extract, almonds, rolled oats, and dark chocolate covered espresso beans, which is why I wanted to make this. That is one of my favorite treats, and it's like super energizer too. So
Yeah.
I thought that I would be able to find everything in this recipe at By the Pound here in Ann Arbor, and I gave them a call. They assured me they had everything. I went in there and they helped me find it all, which was great. I love that place. So it was super nice to go in there and find everything. You just take all of the ingredients except for the chocolate covered espresso beans and you bake them for 15 minutes, stir it and bake for another 10 minutes, which has the awesome effect of making your house smell incredible. My house smelled like a coffee shop for several hours. So that in itself was a reason to make this. Just smelled so good in here. And then you let it cool and you chop up your chocolate covered espresso beans and add those in, mix it all together. And I thought it was good, but it was missing something texturally. So I added raisins, and that was a really wonderful addition. And I think that you could definitely add dried cranberries or blueberries, and that would work really well in this too. And just been enjoying it with almond milk. That's been really good. And I think it's just a like really tasty, energetic treat. I haven't been eating a lot of it because I'm kind of like waiting for a day when I've got a big backpacking trip planned or something like that. I think it would be super filling and energizing before going out and doing something like that. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty fun recipe.
How does the hot coffee get, did I hear you say hot coffee? How does
Yeah.
that get involved?
So you add that, you just add it right at the beginning. Just make sure I'm
I'm
right.
just gonna
Yeah,
stir it in.
you whisk together the oil, espresso powder, coffee, brown sugar, cinnamon, vanilla bean seeds, and extract like all together. And then you add it to your almonds and your oats. Yeah.
Very cool. So did you make coffee then to add?
I did. Yeah.
Okay,
I just made a
cool.
little bit of coffee and then I used some of it in the recipe and then I drank the rest of it.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So the vanilla bean seeds, those are like, I know what the, wait.
You
the-
just scraped out of the vanilla
Oh, you
bean.
scrape it out, so you
Yeah.
buy the
Yeah.
vanilla bean. Are those pretty expensive?
Yeah, they are. But when you just buy one,
Okay,
I just bought the one, so I don't think it was. So they're like six. I'm not even gonna say the
lot
price because I
per-
can't remember, but it's a lot per pound, but they're super light. So
sure.
it's like that didn't end up being.
Okay. So you just scrape the seeds out.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever even really used a whole pod. Maybe I have, but I love that you could get it all at one store. I have the espresso powder already. I always have coffee, so that sounds like a really great thing. We want to go for a hike over the holidays, so that would be a nice surprise treat.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching Recipe Share, and be sure to click the link below to look at the event page on aadl.org to find the recipes we talked about and to share your own in the comments. Join us next time when we'll be talking about citrus fruits. We're looking forward to seeing what you've been making, so thanks for sharing.
Recipe share, share a little recipe